Hey, welcome back. It's Jesse Bergman again, and we're here to start talking about the turn sequence and the different steps of the turn. Each one of these videos will be a separate turn sequence. We'll talk about the command window in a separate video because it's a little more involved, and we'll discuss how that affects gameplay. So here we are. We're actually going to start in the influence phase because we're starting at the start of the game here. And the reason why is because these two steps, the reset and the draw phase, are skipped by both players on the first round of play. We don't have any cards yet on the battlefield to reset, and we don't have any cards to draw because we have our opening hand of 7 cards. So when we start in the influence phase is where we start building our first and most basic resource called influence. There's certain kinds of cards that are best suited to be influence cards. Those are my tactic and condition cards, which we talked about in the types of cards video. They have the green upward arrow symbol on them. And ultimately, we want to get condition cards into our influence row first before we can do anything else. So since this is my influence phase on the very first turn of the game, I can look at the cards I have in hand, and if I have any green upward arrow symbols, which I do, I have a Fire from the Sky, Spoils of War, and a Strength in Numbers, I can put one of these cards face down into my influence row. So I'm going to grab the Spoils of War. And the reason why I'm choosing this card is because it's got a threshold of 2, but so does the Fire from the Sky. Now, the Spoils of War actually helps my resource generation, whereas the Fire from the Sky is more about offensive capabilities as I get units onto the battlefield. And so since I'm not able to start threatening my opponent quite yet, to me, Spoils has a higher value to get into my influence row first. So the first step is I always have to play an influence card. And so any card from my hand can be that, but those upward arrow symbol cards, the green threshold symbol cards, are the best suited for that. So if I didn't have the Spoils of War to play here, I could play my Red Condor, Gray Harrier, Watchtower, or Shipyard, or any other card that I would have in my hand. However, these cards are best suited for that. So that is literally all we do in the influence phase, is we play a single card face down into our influence row. We do have a command window. We're not going to take advantage of that right now, so we're going to talk about the command window in a later video, but no, there is a command window there if you want to gain tactical advantage over your opponent by playing tactics or condition cards. However, playing tactic and condition cards in command windows can only be done if I have a site in play. So my very first influence phase, since I don't have a site in play yet and I don't have a combatant in play, I can't actually reveal any tactic or condition cards yet. That's important to note. So in the first turn, just like this, all we literally can do is play a single influence card. That wraps up the influence phase. Again, real quick, real simple, and real easy, guys. If you have any questions on that, please let me know. You can comment below, or you can send us a note on BGG, Twitter, wherever you would prefer. We'll be happy to answer any questions. Thanks so much. We'll see you for the next step, which is the site phase.